Sports Talk on the Friday night edition. Yes, we are live. I'm live at home, and these guys are waiting to have some fun tonight on the Friday night edition. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with Big Don from Big Don Production. What's up, Don? How you doing, bro?
What's up? Everything's good.
All right. All the way in Maryland, my brother-in-law, Larry Pearson, down in Frederick, Maryland. What's up, Larry?
I'm doing great. Enjoying March Madness.
Well, we're going to talk about that one. We got the legend, Bruce Austin. What's up, Bruce? How you doing?
The dream is real, brother.
And our sports legend, Anthony McLean. What's up, my brother?
Doing good, doing good.
I added Otis Rogers. Otis, I see your background. I don't see you on the screen. Anyway, Otis Rogers from Hartford is on the line tonight with us. But we're going to get started. And this is on the WJRG television network. So anybody have any comments, give me a call at 203-875-0520. I'm going to start with you, Larry, about March Madness, man. Let's get into it. We got the Sweet 16 going on right now, right? Let's talk about March Madness a little bit.
March Madness, yesterday there was 4 great games on. Arkansas played very well, but they just could not pull it off. Texas Tech, they had a little bit more experience, and at the end, Arkansas took a big lead.
Okay.
Had a big lead at first, but then they ran out of gas, and Texas Tech put the experience on them and sent them home.
Okay.
Duke looked great. They didn't have no problems at all. They just eased on by, and so did Alabama.
Okay. What about
Alabama BYU was supposed to have been a shootout, but one came with a AK-47 and one had a pistol. Alabama just ran them out.
Oh, my man Larry. Go ahead, Anthony. What you think about the March Madness, man? Sweet 16.
Well, I mean, Larry sort of really hit it. I think BYU was able to push as much as they could, but it just ran out of gas. Duke and Florida are at least for last night, they probably were the most impressive. And even with the 2 games tonight, you got Ole Miss and Michigan State, Kentucky and Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn, and Purdue, Houston. If these games are if tonight's games are as good as last night, we're in for another good treat. And the women are also going on as we speak. So South Carolina women are actually down at the half.
Okay.
Whoa.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, all the cream coming to the top, man. You know what I mean? All the number 1 seeds seem to be coming up strong.
Okay.
But so far it's a good March Madness, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Good March Madness. Go ahead, Don. What give me your opinion on the March Madness, man?
Well, I watched the Alabama game, of course, and I didn't want them to be that hot. That boy hit 10 threes. The boys had 25 threes all together in the game. I didn't want them to be that hot because when they go up against Duke, they ain't going to be shooting like that. I want them to save some of that stuff. Alabama look good. I'm going to stick with them boys. And Cooper Flag, come on. The man is definitely All-American. I mean, nobody can touch Cooper Flag.
All right. And I got my boy Otis. What's up, Big O? What's up?
What up, man?
Hey, listen, are you following March Madness at all or what?
Oh, man, I'm watching. You already know.
Talk about it a little bit. Talk about it. Give me your opinion of it. Well, who you think I'll win?
Hey, man, roll Tide, roll.
Roll
Alabama, roll. I'm with Bama.
Roll Tide,
man.
Come on.
But you know what, though? I mean, they can play with anybody, but you know what the key to college is? Whoever be able to adjust better and play that, because defense was going to win it anyway.
Okay.
Now, if Duke play better defense, they'll beat Bama. But if Bama play a little bit better defense, they can beat them because they both can score.
Okay. So
they can go. And I'm going to say SEC going to win the national championship.
Yeah, they got 9 teams in there.
I don't know who, but one of them going to win it. Auburn, Tennessee, Bama, Georgia. I mean Florida. They Arkansas blew that game last night.
Yeah, but you know what, Big O?
Yes.
I think not the defense. I think that whoever make the most 3-pointers will look like now.
Yeah, you're right too, folks. I mean, I think Bama shoot more threes than anybody. So if they make half of them, they can beat anybody.
I
Okay.
guess
Shooting the
so.
lights out
51
last
threes.
night.
Now, like you said last night, kind of scared me because can you make 25 more? Or
Yeah.
can you make 20 more?
Hey,
Wow.
they shot 51 threes, man. That was almost unheard of.
Unheard of.
It made 25, so it's about 50%. You don't do that too often.
All right, well, we got Kendall on the line too. What's up, brother Kendall?
What's happening, gentlemen?
Yes,
What's
sir.
up?
What up? What up?
Yeah,
Look like you're in that rig, brother.
well, I'm on my way to salsa dancing with the wife, so she's allowing me to be on the passenger side while I'm able to be with you, gentlemen, this evening.
Well, all right.
I want to talk about that Alabama because I want to
Yeah.
show you in which the kid before that hit those 10 threes was also 3 out of 25 his last couple games and 5 out of 35, and
Yes.
he was your shooter. And see, Rick Pitino left his shooter, who was only 3 for 17, on the bench. And if anybody's played basketball and you're a shooter, you know your next one's going in. Eventually,
Yeah.
you're going to find it. So
Yes,
when he
you
was
will.
going
You're
up
right.
against Arkansas and you got your second team All-American sitting on the bench, that's not coaching. I don't care
No.
what's
No.
happening. Do you bench Steph Curry? Did you bench
Yeah.
Reggie Miller? If Reggie
No.
Miller's 0 for 5, Reggie Miller
Nope.
might finish 5 out of 10. After a while, he's
Nope.
going to hit it. Alabama
Mm-hmm.
looks good. Cooper Flag looks amazing. Lord.
Yeah.
The SEC looks like they're trying to do something unless Duke has something to say about it,
You're right.
All right. Did I miss anybody for the March Madness? We got breaking news, man. The Memphis Grizzlies fired their head coach. You guys heard about that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They fired their head
I didn't
coach,
hear.
and they're the 5th seed in the West. I mean, with about 10 games left, why would you fire your head coach with about 10 games left and you're the 5th seed in the West? Bruce, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's something else going on, man, because
Mm-hmm.
he had a lot of injuries on his squad.
But you're the 5th seed, though, Bruce. You're still the 5th seed, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I think something else going on with that. It's not because of his record. You know what I mean? Something else going on. It'll come out sooner or later, but
Yes, it will.
something else going on besides them being in the position they're in.
I mean, because let me go with you, Anthony. Because think about it, with about 10 games left, they try to bring in another coach. It'll probably be one of the coaches that's on the staff anyway. And try to lead them, against the Lakers and against Denver and Houston and all that. I think that was a bad move. What do you think?
It sounds like it's personal from management. When you fire a guy this late in the season and you're already, I know they haven't clinched, but they're barring something ridiculous, they're going to get in. But there's got to be something else to this. The only thing I can even think of is when the Michigan coach got fired a few years back heading into the tournament, and then Steve Fisher took over. But you very rarely see this in the pros during this late in the season when you're already a playoff. I mean, put it this way, there's got to be more to it than just this. It has to be. It has to be.
Go ahead, Tiger. Give me your opinion on that, man. What you think, man?
Who, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that it don't really matter because nobody predict them to win at all. It would be like a wild card for them to come up and take the whole thing. So, yeah, they're in 5th place, and it is unusual, but nobody predict them to win at all.
Go ahead, Larry.
I think it was an altercation between the coach and one of the players, or it could have been something outside of basketball, but like it happened in Boston, where the coach is dating one of the players' wives or something like that, because this happened immediately, and it had to be something detrimental to the team for them to take action like that.
And I agree with that too. Go ahead, Big O. What do you think about music?
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, it's kind of weird too for you to do that because, like Don said, they weren't gonna go nowhere anyway. But I mean, I watched a lot of the basketball this year, and I was watching some of the games. Right, they were saying that his name Morant, Josh Morant wasn't get along with. They was like they wouldn't listen to what he was saying because they were saying that he wasn't doing a good coaching job. But I thought he did because you got Marcus Smart out, you got a lot of players out, so you can't win. I don't care who you is, take away Tatum and Brown, and see what happened. Or see what I'm saying? So it's a personal thing with the coaching staff, I think.
Well, you made a good point. I get with Kendall if he's still up. Maybe John got to be a player.
Yeah,
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe one of the players that went to the coach and went to the owner or something. You don't wait till with 10 games left in the season, right? And the fifth.
Because he's not playing. He's not playing like the whole John Morant used to play. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. He is not playing. He's number one. He can't stay healthy.
Right. Go ahead, Kendall. Can we hear you? You on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, man. They're trying to see you too.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm trying to. I'm trying to do this thing.
We see you now, brother.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Think about this, and Anthony brought up Steve Fisher. Steve Fisher won that national championship with Glenn Rice and Ramiro Robinson. Ime Udoka did really well with the Boston Celtics, but after he had that little scandal situation, Joe took him to the championship. Doug Collins took the Chicago Bulls all the way to the Eastern Conference Final, and Phil Jackson did the same thing and won the championship. He may not be the person that they feel can get them over the hump, so they create something personal just so that they can have some sort of justification. When you fire somebody and it's the playoffs, there's always something more to it than just what we're reading about. And also, like you said, John Morant, before John Morant had that gun in his hand, was probably the single most exciting player in the NBA, NBA All-Pro. So we know what he probably looks like in practice. John Morant could be the most exciting player there is, and he wasn't motivated. So you already know. Same thing happened with Magic Johnson and his coach. You remember that? He said, man, forget that. And Pat, he won the championship with him. So sometimes it's personal, and sometimes it's just you need somebody that's going to motivate them to get him to the next level.
And Jerry, I just saw ESPN is saying that management felt like he lost the locker room during the season, and also I guess going into the year, he had to get rid of all of his assistants going into the year. He had basically 4 new assistants, coaches going into this season. So it seems as though, again, it sounds like this was a management thing where they were sort of they've been sort of looking for an excuse to get rid of him, and it's a heck of a time to do it, though.
That's 10 days left.
Yeah. It's all the timing of a porcupine in a nudist colony, pretty much.
Wow, man! When I got that news about McCormick, I was like, wow, what's going on? All right, listen, Jason Tatum, man, his injury. Anybody know about his injury report? Anybody hear more about Jason Tatum?
No, not yet.
Yeah. I think just right now it's just day to day, but they haven't really released anything.
He got an ankle injury.
Yeah,
nothing major.
No.
Nothing
major. They can play him, I think, but they just rest to make sure he don't get hurt again before the playoff.
All right, Bruce. This for you, brother Bruce. Your Knicks clinched the playoff berth, man. How far you see your boys going in the playoffs this year?
Not too far.
Don't laugh. Wait a minute. Not too far. What's not too far?
Not too far, man.
What's far? I mean, second round, third round, or what?
I think they might get by the first round. They might. It all depends. Man, who they play.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they play because Indiana beat them last year. I think it was somebody. I think Indiana beat them.
It's in the semis, in the East semis.
Okay. All right, you laughing, man? What you laughing about the Knicks, man? When I said the Knicks clinching,
because the Knicks been inconsistent all year long. They never played together as a team. There was nothing set up for them to play as a team. The coach doesn't coach them like a team. One day, one person doing great. The next day, you don't know what's going to happen. So until they get some consistency and start playing as a team, they're not going nowhere.
Wow.
They got to change. They got to change coaches, man.
Oh, they got changed coaches too?
All you got to do is look at the way they play when Brunson in there, and look at the way they play when he's not. That tell you everything. The ball moving around freely without Brunson, that's all on the coach.
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't have the talent; they're not being coached right.
Okay. Wow. Go ahead, Don.
I sort of thought they didn't have the talent without Bronson, because Bronson runs the show.
Yes, he does.
If he's not there to run the show, to me, they don't have that kind of talent. Well,
Yeah, but that's true. That's true, but he hauls the ball. You can't have your point guard dribbling for 20 of the 24 seconds trying to make his own shot.
Exactly.
If you watch the Knicks play with Brunson not there, they're moving that ball around. All of a sudden now, Bridges is a 25-point scorer.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he shouldn't score like that with Brunson there.
Exactly.
All
You know what I mean? That means that is on the coach to look. Y'all got we got the players. Move this ball around.
All right.
You know,
So it's on time. Go ahead, Otis. Talk about the Knicks.
Because I think they got one of the best starting five in the game.
Okay.
They bench a little. They bench ain't what it was last year. And like you say, they starting five is almost a 20-point player on their team, except for Josh Hart. You talking about the rest of them guys. They just go. They average about 20 points a game. You know what I mean? So when Russell come back, they will be a better team. But like I said, they're not really playing. Like he just said, they're not consistent all year. They've been up and down. But injuries do show that when you get hurt, you got to have a bench to pick up. Like OKC got one of the best benches in the league, and them guys play together and they play defense.
Okay.
So that's what we in game defense.
Right. Did I get you Anthony already?
Yeah. They've taken a terrible step backwards defensively, and it's even more glaring when Brunson's not in there. I mean, you can't lose at home to the Clippers and call yourself an elite team. I mean, I know it was without Brunson, but I hope they get by the first round, but a lot's going to depend on who they get. If they were to get somebody like, say, maybe Indiana or possibly Milwaukee, I don't know if they could, and it's going to take, even if and when Brunson comes back, it's still going to take him another few games to get his legs. So I'm not optimistic at all about how far they're going to go.
All right, Kendall.
You know what else, Jerry? Before you move on from that, they mentioned OKC and the Knicks defense. Now Hardenstein is missed dearly with the Knicks.
Oh yes.
Hardenstein. They should have got rid of Mitchell Robinson instead of Hardenstein.
Yeah.
But that guy dies on the floor, man, and they love him down there in OKC.
Yeah, he rebound and play defense.
He do it all.
He does all the dirty work. He does all the dirty work.
Yeah.
You think he want to stay with the Knicks when he got this opportunity with OKC? He love it down there.
Oh yes, you do.
You're right. I don't blame him.
You don't blame him.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. So, Kendall, can you hear us? You spinning, Kendall.
He buffering, so I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear us.
Okay. Let me move on. Listen, the Lakers, man, they won on a buzzer beater the other night against the Pacers. LeBron tapped the ball in at the shot clock, the timer, and then they lost last night on the buzzer. Bruce, are you concerned about the Lakers going into the playoffs or what?
Yes.
Yeah, man, but that was one of, if you watch the way it all came out, like they was up something like 5 or 6 points with something like 11 seconds left. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And they passed the ball in. They got stolen, made a three, they come down, man, shoot a half court shot, make a three, and they lose. But when things ain't going your way, that's where they go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they blew that game, man. They blew it.
But I am concerned about them.
Okay, why? Give me your concern.
It seemed to me, I hate to say it though, but it seemed to me that when LeBron is in there, the game slows down, and that ain't good for them. When he was out, you notice when he was out, they was running.
They was losing too.
Yeah.
No, they won a couple.
Defense is what's going to take them boys out. Let's face it. Defense is what they lost 4 out
They
of the
don't
last
have
how many
no
games?
defense. They get
No
worse.
defense. I was saying that earlier. That was going to be what's going to hurt them. Defense. They got nobody. Look how high every team is scoring on them. Everybody averaging over what, 110, 120, 130? Everybody averaging high on them boys.
All right, go ahead, Larry. Give me your opinion on the Lakers, man. You concerned with them or what?
The Lakers is over. It was a nice run, but with them playing no defense, and it's getting worse. And like they lost all the steam they had built up. They was on a roll for a minute, but now everything's starting to crumble. They're losing their confidence. People understand that they're not stopping nobody, and they understand that too. And they cannot make enough points to win these games when they're giving up so many. It's a no-win situation.
Wow. Go ahead, Big O. What you think about the Lakers, man?
They done. But I thought they played pretty good before James got hurt. But since he got hurt, they haven't been the same team. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm thinking though that Donkins ain't really. I mean, he playing, but he's not playing like he played when he was with Dallas. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. You know, I think they drafted Donkins just for future, for him to build a team around him, because we already know James not gonna be around much longer. But they don't, like you said, they don't play no defense, and everybody outscored them. They lost last night to the Bulls, didn't they?
Yeah, but they should have won that game. They should have won that.
Of course they should have. They should have won it. I mean,
easy pass. They should have won that game. Yeah, that game in the back pocket. What's up, Bishop? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. No, they should not have won that game last night. You saw what happened, right? They lost. LOST. Purple and gold of LA hit the floor because a bunch of bulls threw a bull shot up there and it went in. End of story. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
I watched that game. They should have won that game.
How you doing,
Okay? You don't lose no game.
They should not have won that game, Jerry. You know why? First of all, Chicago shouldn't have been that close. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
It should not have been that close. This is how I imagine. In the last 2 minutes of that game, if they're up double digits, ain't no way in the world they're supposed to lose that game. Everybody agree with me? I mean, if you do,
except for the fact they ain't got no defense, you can lose it if you ain't got no defense.
There you go. See, Don, say that wait. Hold on, Larry. Don, say that to Jerry, okay?
They can lose it if they ain't got no defense. They can lose that game. I mean, that was a wild 3-pointer that boy made.
It was.
He was all by himself too.
Yep.
LeBron James was standing there looking at him.
I'm telling you, oh, what a wonderful shot. You know how they do. Here they go. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Oh, Lord.
They're going to surprise you guys in the playoffs. Watch. The Lakers.
I don't think so.
They better hope they can get some play into. That's what they had.
Listen, I'm going to keep this recording. I'm going to keep this recording, right?
The only surprise will be if they actually play some defense. That's the only surprise with the
Watch this, Anthony. I'll be surprised. If Bronny scores 35, I'll be surprised. Okay.
Okay.
Bronny had 39. Bronny had 39.
No, I'm talking about in an NBA game.
Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
He wasn't in the NBA.
If Bronny start averaging 35, they winning everything.
There you go.
And that's a pipe dream. That's a big pipe dream.
Luka Doncic is a playoff caliber guy that picks it up in the playoffs. Okay,
but now he's not playing as hard as
he played when he
first got there, and his defense came a little bit, but now it just disappeared. Totally.
Listen, I'm going on the record. When they go to the Western Conference Finals, I want all y'all guys to jail. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes, sir. We say that.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this clip up here. I'm keeping it.
Hey, I'll give it up to you if they get. I'll give it up to you if they get to the semis.
You got it. Okay. I'm saving it.
Now I tell you what, Jerry. I'll make a deal with you.
Go ahead.
I stopped drinking 47 years ago. I will take a shot of bourbon if they get to the finals. Okay?
I got this. I'm recording. It's on the recording now.
If they get to the finals, I will take
Yeah.
a shot of bourbon.
Everything you said is being recorded. So when they make it to the Western Conference Finals, I want you guys to come to me and say, Jerry, you was right.
Jerry,
That's right.
They're gonna finally go get their license and sell popcorn. That's what they finally gonna do. That's it.
Because
Luka a playoff guy, but he still don't play no defense even in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He don't play no defense.
Thank you.
Everybody could go right by him.
okay,
I can go right by him. I can't score like he can, but I can probably get by him.
the only thing I want to say again, when they make it to the Western Conference Finals, I want that same energy. I don't want you guys to be not showing up and all that. I don't want to hear I can't make it Friday night and all that. I want the same energy. Because LeBron and Luka they're just playing around because they want to make
How
this.
far do you think they're gonna fall?
If I could say this, Jerry, I'm glad to see there is a team you're passionate about. So yeah, I want to watch this.
Everybody wants to be LeBron. Everybody wants to be LeBron.
I'm not concerned about LeBron.
Every team going to give them their best. Even last night in Chicago, there was more Laker fans there. Indiana, more Laker fans in Indiana. Everybody wants to beat them, so they're going to bring their best.
Let me correct you on that.
Well,
Chicago don't want to be in the play-in game. That's why they tried to beat the Lakers. End of story. It ain't about beating LeBron. It's about staying away from that play-in. And
I'll beat LeBron too.
that's
everybody
really all it is.
right now, everybody's jockeying for position right now,
That's
whether
right.
it's the East or the West. I don't think it's a sort of thing where, it's the Lakers, we're going to play harder. Remember, last I checked, the title's still in Boston.
Here it is.
That's right.
End of story.
I ain't in this story, but I mean, just because Boston got the ring, they got to defend it too. Okay,
Well, they got to defend it, but they got to get there too, just like everybody else.
Yeah. It's look. The Lakers they're one dimensional. They can score. Look, arguably they can score with anybody in the league, but if you're going to win in the playoffs, you have to be consistent defensively, and it's been proven all year. Before Luka got there and after Luka got there, they still don't play championship defense. And again, it's not to say it to belittle them, but it's just a fact.
So Big O, did you agree with it?
What is the saying? The saying is defense does what?
Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships.
Thank you.
Well, I know. I'm keeping this
Except
recording.
if you're in Minnesota.
Well, be careful because we might take your quarterback. I hope. No, that
Except
ain't
if you're in
happening. Go ahead.
Minnesota.
Keeping this
They had
recording.
great defense and never won.
I'm glad you're keeping this recording. And now
This
when
recording.
you
That's
have
what you guys doing tonight. I love it.
Hey, Jerry, buy yourself a nice fedora because when you have to eat your own hat, I want it to be a nice hat. Okay.
Hey, they
I
had
want it to
purple
be a nice hat.
eaters. They had some great defenses. And
You
still
know
they-
what?
You got my Friday night.
No three-peat.
I see nothing but teeth.
They got 3
Nothing
rings.
but teeth tonight. I want to see the same thing. Listen. Anthony, Russell Wilson's going to the Giants. Man, what you think about that move?
Wow.
He's a better alternative than Rodgers. The thing is, say what you want about Russell, but they did get to the playoffs. I think Russell still has a little bit, and let's face it, this is a mentoring thing. The more and more I'm looking at this, you get the feeling that they may draft Shador, and Russell and Jameis are going to be mentors for him. The fact that the Giants have 2 black quarterbacks on their roster, that's the real story.
That's amazing.
Yes, they never had a black starting quarterback. Never.
Yeah, they've only had 2. They've only had 2 before in their previous 100 and something years. They had Smith and Josh Johnson. So,
Okay, well, what do you think, Larry? Russell Wilson going to the Giants.
It's just like they say. That's just for him to help bring along the quarterback they are getting. If they get Shador, they want 2 guys there to help mentor him. But as far as them winning anything, there's not a chance. It's not a chance. He's there to mentor and mentor only. It don't mean they talking about playoffs. They're not even talking about playoffs, So let's be real about that.
Go ahead, Big O. What do you think about the Russell Wilson? Can't hear you. You on mute. You on mute. Oh, you on mute. Unmute yourself. Are you on mute?
Yes, he is.
All right, go ahead. Who did I miss? Go ahead, Bruce. Russell Wilson.
Russell, I agree with everything. You know, he there to mentor. I still think they're gonna get Shador if he's available.
Okay.
And it's gonna be like a Patrick Mahomes situation where when Alex Smith was in Kansas City, they gave Mahomes that year, you know, to look things over. You know what I mean? Catch him up on the defense and everything. That's all Russell gonna do. You know what I mean? They ain't looking to do nothing. They're gonna go out there, they're gonna be trying to make the playoff, but that they know that, but they're only gonna go but so far. So
Yeah, so far, right.
Whoever they draft, whichever quarterback they draft, that's what Wilson's there for.
All right,
I think Otis off mute now. You off mute,
Yeah, I'm
Otis?
off now. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's what he's there for. To help whoever quarterback they get, because ain't no way he can win. He can take them nowhere. Giants not gonna even do anything anyway. They done. Just like Aaron Rodgers. They done, man.
Okay.
You know?
You guys are my sports guy. You said they're done. What about you, Bishop?
Well, listen, it's a general consensus. I mean, Wilson is basically a mentor, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much all he's going to do. And now there's something I want to boomerang this whole thing because I forgot. Aren't the Patriots in front of the Giants to draft?
Yep.
Hey, here's something nobody thought about. Suppose the Patriots take Shador and then decide to package him to the Giants to get some other picks. They might not, but then they might. You never can tell. Last minute moves always show up out of nowhere.
Because they got to build a whole team. They got to build
they've already pretty much said that May is going to be the face of their. They've pretty much have said May is going to be the face of their franchise for the next 2 years.
Face of Minnesota, but I don't believe that. Somebody else is coming in. I just don't know who it is yet.
If they draft anybody, it'd be Travis Hunter.
I'm thinking need that. They need him. They need him. To go with Diggs, they need him. Definitely. But anyway, no, I'm it's a general consensus. If Shador comes to the Giants, Wilson's there, just a mentor and mentor only. Give him the first 4 or 5 games, 6 games, and if he really plays like he did with Pittsburgh, Giants will pull him early because they want to kind of at least save face if they can't do nothing else. That's my opinion.
I think the Giants going to be more exciting to watch with Wilson and they get Shador. I think they're going to be more exciting to watch this year.
I think so too. Yeah.
They may sneak in. Maybe they sneak in a wild card or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, plus don't count.
Yes, I got a better chance of being your
Hold up, Bishop. Go ahead, Bruce.
I think Tennessee got the number 1 pick.
Yes, they do.
Everybody think they're gonna draft Cam.
Yeah,
but they might bypass Cam and go with Shador because Shador is more accurate.
Okay.
See, they were showing them highlights with him in Colorado, man. And he putting that ball right there, man.
Yes, he was.
But Cam is bigger.
Jerry, the one thing, especially leading up to the draft, the only people that tell more lies during leading up to the draft is the Congress and the House, because you're going to hear all sorts of rumors and what have you, because teams are going to try to block teams from getting other guys and everything like that. So even with all the rumors coming out of Arlington, with Dak going to Cleveland and all this other, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because it's just, I'll just say you just got to take it with a grain of salt. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, go ahead, Dad. You want to say something before I take a break? Go ahead. Dad, you want to say something?
No, I'm good.
All right, this is our sports talk on the Friday night edition. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with Big Don for Big Don Production. We have my brother-in-law, Larry Pearson. We have the legend, Bruce Austin, our sports legend, Anthony McLean, a good friend of mine's co-worker, Otis Rogers, from Hartford.
Big O.
Yes, sir.
And one of the greatest bishops in the world, celebrating his 5th anniversary at his church, Bishop Ernest E. Richard Jr. And this is a sports talk on WJRG. And we're having a great time tonight.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. If anyone will give us a call, the number is 203-875-0520. We're going to move on a little bit. You guys got any more about March Madness, anything you want to talk about, or football? Because I want to move on to a couple of things. Now, I don't want to beat this over the head, but a question. Do you guys think that Michael and LeBron will ever have a relationship? LeBron said, we don't talk because I'm still playing. MJ is one of the most ruthless competitors there is. Until I'm done, he doesn't have to look at me wearing number 23. And every time my name is mentioned with his. He's like, I don't talk to you. Do not call me. Do you guys think the guys ever have a good relationship when LeBron retired, Bruce?
Sure I do, because the reason I think they have a great relationship is because both of them are great businessmen.
Okay,
Yep.
makes sense.
And that's going to bring them together more than anything. You know what I mean? LeBron, the first player that ever hit $1 billion while still playing.
Right.
That means he was a great businessman. And Jordan the same way. You know what I mean? They'll be all right.
Okay, what you think, Larry? You think LeBron and Mike will ever have a good relationship?
Yes, they will, because LeBron already said he wanted to own a team, and Mike wanted to get a real team instead of the Charlotte that he had. He wanted to get a real team, a competitive team.
What you mean a real team?
A real team that fights for a title, that
He had his chances. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you got, hey Larry, you got to spend that money.
Right.
He had a real team. He didn't want to spend no money.
Mike is
Yeah.
tight. You got to get out
Mike
of
don't
that.
want to spend no money.
And LeBron wants to do that. So he's going to talk to Mike about some of that stuff, And I think the business end, they're going to get together, not to be just the best of friends, but to help each other.
All right, go ahead, Big O. What you think about Mike and LeBron? Would they ever be tight, or maybe they ain't got to be buddies, but would they have a good relationship?
Yeah, because they both stars. They both business. And even though Mike kind of cheat, but LeBron would bring that out of him. He'll bring it out of him.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. You don't think so?
Mike wasn't real tight either. Now, I mean, there was friends, but it was more like a big brother, little brother. But Mike wasn't that tight with Kobe either.
No, he
wasn't.
He wasn't that tight with Kobe. Now, I mean, Kobe was one that was trying to build a relationship. Michael was. Go ahead. Somebody gonna say something?
Yeah, the reason I say that Mike ain't gonna spend no money, because it don't matter what team he get. He's not gonna never get no team that's in a big market like the Knicks and the Lakers and stuff like that. So whatever team that he get, he's gonna have to spend that money to make him competitive. And he ain't gonna do that. He had a good thing going in Charlotte.
Yes, he
But
did.
all he had to do, look at the players that he had.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He won't spend that money. You can't win with no players.
But Mike gets money hand
Well.
over foot. He get money hand over foot. He gets so much money, he don't know what to do with.
So he don't want
But
to
he ain't spending it. That's why.
Right,
But
go
I listened to that LeBron James interview. So LeBron James, he talked about him and Kobe, how they became friends. I think Mike and LeBron James is going to be just like Kobe and just like Kobe and Mike. I think they're going to be just like that. In other words, Mike ain't going to really. Right now, we had that big discussion about how Mike is a hater, and when you listen to that LeBron James on YouTube, that's pretty much what he was saying. Mike won't talk to me now. And that's what he said, Jerry. Mike won't talk to me now. He said, when I retire, Mike will talk to him. Mike might talk to him, but they ain't going to be buddies. I think they're going to be alone. They might get along, but they won't be buddies. I'll tell you that.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Who gonna say something?
Well, I was just going to simply say, and see, let's not think that although LeBron wants a basketball team, they may not buy a basketball team. Remember, there are baseball teams. Mike loves baseball. Football teams that are looking for some ownership, and they both like football. So it may not be a basketball team.
LeBron's going to get one.
Well, I'm just saying, whatever team it's going to be a heavy-duty sports team, a major league sports team. So we just have to keep our eyes open. Maybe in about 5 years, we'll be talking about this, because I think LeBron's going to play till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, but don't forget, he already part owner of the Red Sox, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He got a lot of money in different teams. We talk about him owning a basketball team, not 2%.
All right.
In some other franchise.
Go ahead, down.
So let's hold on to this.
He
Let's
wants
hold
more
on
than
to this tape
2%.
here because LeBron James and Mike are never going to buy nothing together.
Not together. Not together. Not
They
together.
may invest in the same thing, not necessarily buy, but become a partner. You know, I mean, if they're selling off shares, I mean, of all the teams right now I can name in the NBA that need to sell some shares, the Wizard is at the top of the list. You know,
Nobody want to buy the Wizards though.
Hey, Larry,
you know Mike ain't going back
you can
there.
go to a Wizards game for about $40 now.
Mike did that already. He ain't going back there.
No, Mike ain't going back there.
I'd be surprised if he. I'd be surprised if he even would show his face in DC and after the way he was sent home.
Man, that's why
That's what I was gonna say.
You know, guys, I wouldn't. Let's put it this way: considering, and again, I'm just throwing this out there. Considering all the craziness that's going on in media and how we see, you know, the government and everything else is trying to censor stuff and everything, I think you might see them go more into the media than anything else, and more so LeBron than Michael, because you know the whole grumpy old man thing's getting really old with Mike at this point in time right now. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's a non-sports thing if they were to sort of meet, because knowing how LeBron is, I mean, not so much an activist, but he's very conscious. I could see him doing something within media more so than with sports. I mean, he might dabble in sports, but I can really see him doing something media wise. But that, again, that's just my own opinion.
All right.
Yeah, I can see that, but not Mike. I can't see Mike nowhere near
Mike. Well,
media.
Mike, you know, Mike is like Bruce Wayne without the Batman thing. He just likes to do the brooding. He's got brooding down to a science now.
You guys,
Yep.
He's selfish. He's selfish too.
Listen, we'll just have to wait. We'll just have to wait and see. And Anthony, you made mention of the way things are going. I guess they can hold a meeting on Signal. Wink, wink. And invite a couple of journalists.
Yeah. You guys, listen. I'm gonna move on a little bit too. The top 10 point guards. You guys agree with this list? SGA, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey, Cade Cunningham, James Harden, and Trae Young. You guys agree with this list? The top 10.
I gotta change that list around.
Is that the order or what?
Well,
you can move it around, but
no, this is put up there, Bruce. I grabbed the flyer.
No, I mean,
all right. I'm just checking.
Now, I'd say that's a good list. We just have to shift that list a little better.
Who you going to shift?
You get Duncan out there and put Curry up there number 2.
Curry's got to go to number 2. Duncan at number 3 for me. Well, Cunningham needs to drop to 10 because I think Young is better than him. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What you think, Larry?
I think the first one is right.
Yep.
And then after that, Stephen Curry should move up to number 2 slot.
Yep.
Luka should fall down to number 3. And Brunson should fall down. We need to bring Tyrese Maxey up.
Wow.
And Tyrese Halliburton up too, ahead of Brunson.
No way.
What's Brunson
Ain't
doing?
nowhere in the world you put Halliburton in front of Brunson.
Well, Maxey, I don't think Maxey should go in front of Brunson.
No, I think Brunson should be 5.
Who played better team ball, Brunson or Halliburton?
Did you say?
Yeah, but that's on the coach. But I'm saying, who get the job? Who get the job done better? Who get the job done better, Brunson or Halliburton?
Brunson.
Brunson, he got the ball more. What about you, Big O? Who you think? You like this list?
Point guard.
I would let number 1 stay where it's at, but I bring Curry up to number 2. Then I put Johnson number 3. and Brunson number 4.
Right.
And the rest of the guys, they kind of like. I mean, Harden, he done. But Halliburton, he played pretty good, but is he been hurt or something? Because he's not playing that good this year.
Yeah, he back though. He back playing good.
He playing good.
Yeah, he definitely was hurt.
And Damian Lillard, he just a shooter. That's about it. But if you're gonna look at all around, then that kid Cunningham is tough, man.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, he tough, man.
All right, before we go, did I miss anybody? What about the shooting guards? Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, Tyler Hero, Desmond Bain, Zach LaVine, Austin Reeves, Derek White, and CJ McCollum. You guys give me that list.
I would think Kyrie. I would definitely put Kyrie over Booker.
Booker, yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Matter of fact, I might even put Hero over him too as well.
I'm
Devin Booker couldn't guard his own shadow.
I'm going to flip-flop Edwards and Donovan because Mitchell seems to be a bit more consistent than Edwards from what I've seen. You know, so I'm flip-flopping that one. And then Austin Reeves should come up. I mean, I didn't see much of Bain, so I really can't say much about him. But for what I know of Austin Reeves, he should be coming up at least in the top 7 somewhere.
Well, he should be ahead of Tyler Hero right now.
Okay, so then put him in the 5
Who
spot.
that?
Ain't
No.
Hero.
They jumped on you, John.
Tyler Hero shouldn't drop no lower than 3.
I'm telling you, that boy can shoot.
See, but why do we have Devin? Well,
Austin Reeves been playing good this year, boy.
Devin
Booker is in there on reputation, I think.
It is, Bruce?
Devin Bain ain't doing
Hero
nothing.
and Booker because Kyrie is about where he needs to be. But I would flip-flop Booker and Hero. Put Hero in.
I'm taking Hero.
5.
I'm with you. I'm taking Hero over Booker.
Yeah, I put White over Bain.
So you guys agree with number 1, though? You guys agree with number 1, Anthony Edwards?
He's carrying that team.
Bruce.
No, I'm with Bishop. I go with Donovan Mitchell as number 1 over Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
If you're going by this season, definitely Mitchell over Edwards.
Oh, that's what we're talking about this season. We can't do
okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you can drop Baines all the way down there because he ain't doing that. I put Derek White over Baines.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm keeping Anthony Edwards at the top, man. Because he's the only player. He's the only player that get double teamed. Soon as he get the ball, they take the ball out of his hands. Because
that's because Cat's in New York.
Yeah, but that's all he got. That's him. So he can't do what he want to do because as soon as he get the ball, they double, triple team him.
But
and they
you know what, Jerry? You can't blame him for that
Superstars never use that excuse.
Mitchell has all kinds of weapons around him, so they don't get a chance to double team him.
Exactly.
And he's a smart.
You're right.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, but you can't do nothing with 3 guys on you. You're gonna pass the ball. Right?
Well, you know, that's attests to the fact that you got 3 guys guarding you. The other 4 guys on the field are probably mediocre at best. 70% shooters. You ain't sure if they're gonna make it or not.
Tell Michael Jordan that. See what he tell you.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you're gonna call yourself an elite, a double team, you should be able to beat a double team in your sleep if you call yourself an elite ball player.
There you go.
There you go.
Man to man. Wasn't defense different back then? You had to play more man to man. It wasn't
but we're talking about now though. The defense doesn't, superstar is a superstar. Whether you're, if you're getting double teamed, if you're a superstar, it doesn't matter if it's the 70s, 80s, 90s. If you're a superstar, double team shouldn't be a problem.
I saw something the other day, Jerry. The Detroit Pistons story, their documentary, and they went to that game when they double and triple team Michael Jordan. They wasn't playing no defense; they was tackling. That's all.
The Jordan rules.
So basically, they played Jordan rules back then. They play. I don't know what they play this ballet game nowadays. Tiptoe, do the tulips. If you touch me, it's gonna be a foul.
You guys are rough, boy. Y'all guys are rough.
It's different. When the playoffs come, it's more like football in the sense where every possession every
Yeah.
possession counts. You know,
Yeah.
with a regular season game, there's still sort of that little 15, 20-foot jumper you get in December. You
You
can
ain't
have somebody in your face in April and May.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, you will.
Yeah. They even had regular season fouls and they had playoff fouls.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
listen,
You know what I mean?
It's a totally
Playoff
different
foul
game.
was way different.
listen, hold
Yeah.
up. Donald bragging on Austin Reeves, who's playing real good. So my question is going to be, is Austin Reeves, is he better than the Lakers role players back in the day? Was he better than LeVar Odom, Derek Fisher, Ariza, and Ron Artest, or world medal piece? Was he better than them guys?
No.
No?
No, he would.
Where's
He
his
ain't
ring?
even proved himself yet.
Where's his ring?
He could probably play equal with a couple of them, but they're
Yeah,
He's not better than them. He's not better
It's
than
a
them.
different game now.
Let me make it clear.
Yeah,
I was only talking about the game he having this year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I was
it's
actually throwing it way up. That we're talking about now. He's playing.
Yeah,
I
And
it's
they
never
ain't
seen him
won
play this
nothing
a little-
before.
he's a good player. He's a good player.
Very good.
He's still, we sort of try to anoint folks a little too soon. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a good player, but
Yeah.
let's take a back seat before he's going against these guys that have proven themselves and have championships and all that other stuff. He's good. Maybe he does eventually get better than them, but as of right now, no. And that's not. And again, that's not to belittle him. It's just the thing. It's not to belittle him. It's just he's not there yet.
What you think?
He's a good fundamental player, but he don't have talent, but he's a good fundamental player.
Okay.
So
You can't even tell me what position he played.
it
was open. Anyway,
Point guard, right.
but Anthony,
Them guys that you mentioned, they had a position. Everybody knew what position.
is he better than Gail Goodrich? Is he better than Gail? Is he better than Gail Goodrich?
No.
They different positions.
Now, see, it's a comparison thing again.
These guys, Jared,
compare that.
these guys, the guys that you're talking about, they've established. What's Reeves' third, fourth year now in the league?
Yeah.
Give him some time yet. Don't again? And I don't mean to be like we anoint these guys a little too quickly. I mean, he's a good player, no doubt about that. But when you start talking about like elite guys, give him a
little time.
Let him put together.
Have a little fun on sports talk. I got a good one.
Someone put together a resume. That's all.
I'm gonna start with you, Otis. Start with you on this one.
Before you go on, Jerry, I don't think Reeves, you'll really see the real Reeves until LeBron go.
Absolutely, I was about to say he only good because of James.
I'll agree
That's
with
why
that.
That's why I said he don't really have no. You can't really say what position he play. He don't play point guard. He don't play shooting guard.
Bruce, he plays the 8. He plays the 8, whatever's open.
I like that.
He don't play the 5, 6, or the 7.
I'm gonna start with you, Otis, on this one, right?
Yeah, because see, James gonna free you up anyway to be better because he get double teamed.
Otis, I'm starting with you on this one. The best player to never win a ring. The best player to never win a ring.
Wow.
The whole list.
Nash, Barkley,
right. You got that
every
right.
one of them.
Carter, Ewing, Wilkins, Hill, Grant Hill, Mutombo, or Miller, Reggie Miller. Which one's the best player that never won a ring on that list?
Every one
I
of
don't
them.
know. Allen Iverson tough now. I mean,
All of them was tough.
Allen Iverson may be up there top now.
Bruce, give me one. Give me one, Bruce.
I say Allen
Give
Iverson.
you one. How could you pick one? How could you say Tracy was more deserving than Allen Iverson? How could you say Karl Malone was more deserving than Patrick Ewing?
Barkley.
I would say Allen Iverson.
Bruce, I ain't saying nothing. I'm asking. This is a question to ask.
I'm saying whole list is the best that never won.
I gotta agree with
Yeah,
Bruce.
you're right. They're all good.
But you know what? If I had to pick one player that was gutsy, I'd go with Iverson. Because
Yes, sir, buddy.
if you pick the gutsiest player on this list, I'm going with Allen Iverson.
Well, I'm going to say this. Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Miller, at least those guys came close to a ring.
Yep.
They came
exactly.
That's right.
So I'm gonna give it to those guys.
Well,
'Cause at least
Barkley
they
came
came
close.
close. They
That-
were almost
that-
there. And
Barkley
Michael
came
Jordan
close.
still didn't mess them guys up.
Allen Iverson went to a finals, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he went to the
One time.
He didn't go
One
to the
time.
championship. Barkley went to the championship and lost to the Lakers, I believe.
Lost to the Bulls.
I thought
They lost to the
Yeah,
Bulls.
Paul Malone went to two championships. He went to two finals, didn't it? Against the Bulls. He went to the Bulls, right? Yeah, the Jazz.
Him and Stockton.
Yeah, back to back.
He got beat down.
To
Well,
me,
you can take Mutombo off the list.
Donald, to me, the best
Exactly.
on this list that never didn't win, I got to go with Pat Ewing. The only reason I'm going with Pat because Pat went with the Knicks and he had to go through Michael Jordan on those 5 times. He lost to the Bulls 5 times. Okay, and that's hard. You know, that's hard to try to beat Mike in that era. I got to go with Pat because Pat has some good teams. He just can't get over that hump, man.
But Allen Iverson is the best little man, though. He's the best little man.
I'm taking it away from Allen Iverson.
Hey,
But
Grant Hill ain't got no business on that list either.
No.
Right.
Grant Hill should be on there.
Mm-mm.
But Wilkins faced Jordan many times.
Yeah, he took
Wilkins belong on the list.
He was a great
Yeah,
player.
he belonged. He played Jordan. He get Celtics too.
not in the playoffs though. He didn't face Jordan. I don't remember Atlanta and
No,
and,
they never played each other in the playoffs.
right. I don't remember Chicago and Atlanta. Chicago and Atlanta.
But
Chicago.
Wilkins was good enough to make the list.
Yeah, I think so.
He got a statue. He got a statue in front of Atlanta. He got a statue.
Yeah,
He
could
deserved to be up there.
So
he deserves to be on that. You know.
Oh yeah.
Grant Hill, they don't deserve to be up there.
Nah.
I will, Jerry. I will say this as a you know, the Knick fan in me, of course, will say Patrick because you know it was. But I'm gonna tell you, Game 1 of the Sixers don't even win Game 1 in LA without Iverson. I mean, Tyronn Lue is still looking over his head with Iverson.
Trying to live that down.
Don't be so rough, Bruce. Don't be so rough.
He's still trying to get off the floor. Iverson's still walking over.
Hey, Ernie. Tim Duncan had a better career and was a better player than Kobe by every possible metric. That what Nick Wright said. You agree with Nick Wright? That Tim Duncan had a better career and was a better player than Kobe Bryant.
Nick Wright is doing what everybody else is doing, comparing 2 totally different players. Different positions. Can't do that. You cannot do that because each one had a different role when they played. So tell Mr. Nick Wright, lovely, like what you wrote, sir, but be quiet just for 5 seconds.
Right. I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
that looks like
Kobe was
like
definitely more famous.
Yeah, that looks like clickbait to me.
That is
Kobe
clickbait.
was the biggest out of the 2 when it comes to fame and everything.
Yeah.
Kobe was a guard. He was basically a hybrid center. So there's going to be there's going to be differences. So
who had the better career though? Who had the better career, Kobe or Duncan?
How can you say both of them got 5 rings?
Who had the better career though, Bruce?
Both of them.
He just told you.
I'm going to go with Kobe because he was the Mamba with the fame. He was more famous to me than Duncan. Everybody knew Kobe Bryant from one end of the earth to the other. Everybody
Duncan was Mr. Fundamentalist.
Let me add this to what you're saying, Don. When it came down to that one shot that's going to make the difference whether you win or lose the game, Kobe has way more attempts and way more successes than Tim Duncan because he had Ginobili, he had Parker, he had a couple of people around him, or people that could help him out.
Some obscure guy named David Robinson.
Thank you.
David Robinson.
I mean, Kobe.
Big shot, Horry.
Big shot, Bob. Right.
Big shot, Bob. Now both of them.
Put it this way: would it be safe to say that Duncan's career is more parallel to Bill Russell, where great player, but he had other folks around him?
Around him,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I'll go along with that.
I agree with that. I mean, Kobe has some good players around him too, but when it came down,
sure.
when it comes down to that win or lose, live or die shot, you knew who was taking it. You didn't have
Kobe-
to ask any questions.
Kobe was an assassin. He was an assassin. That's what they called him.
And we forget he also had Big Shot Bob too.
Yeah,
Yes, he did. Both of them had Big Shot Bob. And Kobe had
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yep,
Whoever
he
played the
did.
glamour position, which is it can fluctuate from shooting guard to small forward. They're gonna always get the more publicity over the big man.
Yep.
That's why they
And
call
also,
it the glamour position.
Go ahead, Anthony.
and then also, let's be honest. Kobe played during the era where the guards were dominant. Now, if Duncan had played, say, in the era when centers were dominant, we might be talking about him in a different. I mean, now he was still dominant, no doubt about that. But
You're right.
because of the era, because
Right,
of the
Jamal,
era,
and all them players, Patrick Ewing, all them players.
because of the eras, because of the how the game had changed. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe we look at him a little differently than we do Kobe as well.
Oh,
All right. Okay, I'm not keeping you guys all night. I know you guys having fun, enjoying sports talk. I got a final one because you wasn't on Otis Tuesday. I wasn't on Tuesday, and Anthony, you wasn't on. But we lost a legend, George Foreman, last week. I want you guys to rank George in the heavyweights. Where would you put George Foreman at as one of the top heavyweights? Let me start with you, Otis.
I would put him up there around the top. I put him in the top 3.
Top of all times.
Mm-hmm.
Over Larry Holmes?
Yeah, definitely over Larry Holmes.
I better go back down a little bit. I better put him at number 4. He's the top 5. I put it like that. I put him in the top 5.
What else
You put Holmes over him? Ain't no way I would put Holmes over George Foreman. No way.
Why not?
No.
Because Holmes wasn't a knock. If them two met, Foreman would have knocked him out when he was young. Come on.
Easy.
Yeah, he would have.
Leave no doubt.
You know, Holmes was good, but he didn't really get the challenges that some of them other fighters had.
That's
you're right. You're right.
He had a lighter schedule.
And it doesn't help.
One at a time. Go ahead.
And it doesn't help that he came after Ali too. So he's always, as whenever you follow a legend like that, it's always going to be the thing. The thing about Foreman is, let's put it this way. If you're talking, I mean, we always talk about, the Lewis Schmeling fight, the second fight when he devastated him and everything like that. Look, everybody and their mama knows down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. That rings. That still rings.
That's still ringing infamy.
After all, I mean, I don't put it this way. We've never seen Frazier get beat down like that. I mean, he knocked that man down 6 times, hit him in the back of the head, and he hit him everywhere but the back of his foot.
Anthony, that was a bad matchup for Frazier because George, it was two powerhouse guys going at it, and the bigger man win. See, keep in mind, Larry Holmes, it was a boxer like Ali and Jimmy Young. Remember, Jimmy Young beat George Foreman. Okay, he outboxed.
Outboxed him. Keyword. Outboxed him.
No, he didn't really outbox him. He hung out the ring. He did the rope-a-dope like
no, he did that against Ali. He did it against Ali, Don.
He didn't outbox man. He hung his head out the ring and all that stuff.
He did that against Ali, Don. Jimmy Young did that against Muhammad Ali, not George Foreman.
I will put it this way. I will say this about. I'll say this about Foreman. I think Foreman was just as. Put it this way. If you ever put Ernie Shavers, Sonny Liston, and Joe Louis all together as one fighter, he'd be George Foreman.
Right. Okay. I'll go along with that. See, and them kind of guys have a problem with boxers. That's why guys like
But see, there's something special about when you are that devastating. I mean, look, Tyson went through that as well before he got, but you have to, and see also that era, think even guys that were like in the top 5 or top 6, if not for the greatness of the 3 guys that we're showing now,
Yeah.
they probably they probably get title shots. I mean, it's ironic that Ernie Shavers and George fought for the title later in their careers. And again, it speaks to the era. And look, say what you want, but the fact that he beat Michael Moore as a grandfather, that's that's always going to set him apart from so many other heavyweights.
Okay.
I mean, that fight was actually on Roku TV. In case you guys want to see it on demand, you go back and watch that fight. Great
anytime.
fight too.
So Bishop, where will you rank George at in your top 10?
George, to me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, those three in my heart are the top three. But if I had to be absolute, totally realistic about it, George would be. He wouldn't drop more than 4. But right now, to me, those top 3 right there, Ali, and then Foreman, and then Frazier. And I was a Frazier fan. When you talked about Anthony Down goes Frazier, man, when I seen him get hit, he didn't get hit in the back of the head when he picked him up. He hit him square in the jaw when he picked him up.
Yeah.
I mean, picked him up.
But think about it. George knocked Joe down 6 times the first fight, 2 times the second fight, 8 times he knocked him down.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that Frazier couldn't take the punch.
No, Frazier could take the punch.
He did take a punch, but it just shows you how devastating Foreman's punch was. Remember, he was knocking out Ken Norton and all these other guys during that era as well.
The same guy that broke Ali's jaw.
He beat Ken Norton like he stole something.
Ken Norton was scared. Ken Norton was scared of him anyway. Ken was like,
Ken Norton's a great heavyweight.
He was like Michael Spinks and Mike Tyson.
No.
Nah. I can't go. Nah. He beat Ali at his prime.
You're a boxing man. How many rounds did Ken Norton go with Ernie Shavers? Pull it up then. How many rounds did he go? No,
very. I think only maybe like 3, 4, maybe like that.
He knocked him out in the first round. He knocked Ken Norton out in the first round. Jerry Cooney knocked out Ken Norton. Jerry Cooney knocked him out. So Ken Norton wasn't.
But Ken Norton also beat Ali once and arguably twice. If you talk about that third fight,
it was matchups. It was a style matchup. It was a matchup.
Yeah, but he still got the dub though. He still has the dub.
It was matchups though. He was a boxer, but he could take a slugger. The point I'm saying, anybody that could slug, he couldn't take the punch. Because Jerry Cooney knocked him out, I think, in the first round.
Jerry
knocked him in the first round.
Glass jaw. You got to remember that Ken Norton had a glass jaw. You catch him, and he's going down. End of story.
And
so, he was a decent defender, but at the same time, as soon as you catch him with that right cross, left hook, or whatever you bring in, you can turn around and start counting because before the punch gets there, 1, 2, 3, you might as well just start.
He was like Tommy Hearns.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah. It's a great analogy.
Jaw. That's all.
I'll go low.
And he mentioned Cooney. Cooney wasn't that great a fighter.
Ken Norton.
But if he kept you,
and then he got clocked by Holmes too.
Thank you. Exactly. And I'm trying to think. Who's the Englishman that came? Not Burbick. There was another English guy that fought.
Joe Buckner.
I think
Joe Buckner.
He didn't do that well against him either.
But the only guy
the own bleeder.
Right.
That's Chuck Wepner.
Jerry Cooney, right?
But Ken Norton made his reputation by fighting Ali. Because everybody else he lost to. Ken Norton made his reputation by fighting Ali. And he beat Ali that one time, broke his jaw. Then the other 2 fights, it was real close. But he made his reputation by fighting Muhammad Ali. And he had a certain style that Ali couldn't adjust to. That's all. But as far as, he wasn't that great. Okay, Larry.
Question. I mean, Foreman top 3 in this order: Ali, Foreman, and then Frazier. That's my opinion.
Okay. All right, Larry, what you got? Where you got George Foreman at?
I got George Foreman number 3, but you got to consider Joe Louis too.
You have to put him in there. You do. You really do.
Jack. What's Jack's last name?
Well, Joe Louis was before those guys' time, so let's stick with those 3. Let's go there. Joe Louis was definitely before their time.
Who's the other boxer? If you're going to consider Louis, Jack.
No,
Yo,
Jack Johnson?
You guys are
Yeah,
going way
you gotta
back.
consider
Going way
him.
back now. Going way back.
Jack
Go back to the
Johnson was
first
more of a
fighter ever.
defense, but
Come
see,
on.
Jack Johnson was
Let's
more of a
stick with it.
defensive fighter, though.
See,
He
at
was.
that time, that's my show. Go ahead.
I'm going to agree with Bishop. I'm just going to take Foreman as our second and Ali first,
Frazier as
then
three.
Frazier third. That's it.
Yeah.
We got to go way back into the past.
Now remember, it is now the month of going into April. If it snows, it's because Don agreed with me.
Good pick.
Hey, Bishop, close out the bread tonight, Bishop.
All right. As always, thank you, those of you who are watching the show. We love you. We appreciate you. Don't forget to tell your friends and family about Kingdom Media Lightcast. Go to get on Android, get the KMI app. We need to hear from you. What do you want us to talk about? Let us know. Send any information to either Jerry Green. I don't know if is it up yet, Jerry Green at KMI, or are you still working with Jerry Green's Gospel? Well, there it is down there. Go to KMI.org. Let us know what you want to talk about in case we missed anything. For those of you that have already signed up, thank you so very much. We're doing well. We're Connecticut's #1 podcasting company. And we want to thank Big Don Productions. They are our sponsors. Our man, Big Don, sitting right there, always doing an awesome job as a producer. And of course, our host, Dr. Jerry Green, Larry Pearson, the legend himself, Bruce Austin, the man himself. I call him Money Man Anthony McLean. That's your new name, Anthony, by the way. Money Man Anthony McLean. Yours truly. We miss you, Dr. Walter Teague and brother and Henry. We miss you guys. We'll see you guys on the next round. Father, we thank you for this time, this opportunity, and this chance, God. We bless you for all that you're doing. And let me not forget about Brother Kendall, Father God, as I've mentioned all the other brothers, God. Thank you for keeping each and every one of us. Now as we leave this place, but never your presence, go with us, stand by us, lead, guide, guard, govern, protect, and correct us as we move in. And God, we thank you for an awesome service this coming Sunday, whichever church we may be at. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for instilling into our heart, into the hard drive of our spirit, your principles, that we may continue to live a life that's pleasing in your sight. Now unto him who's able to present you faultless before his throne, to the only wise God be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now, henceforth, and forevermore. And let the people of God say, amen.
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 All right, see
Amen.
you
Your
guys.
eye on the Duke Alabama game.
All right, now March Madness Tuesday. You guys keep us fresh on March Madness, all right?
All right.
No doubt.
Texas
Tuesday.
Tech to me, hey, and don't forget, we didn't talk about it, but I think Texas Tech pulled off an upset. That's just my opinion.
All right,
Arkansas was way better.
talk about it Tuesday, brother. You guys have a good night. All
Well,
right.
they didn't talk about Arkansas going home. They left last night.
All right. God bless everybody. All right.